Today on In the Woodyard, we're going to talk about how you can get one of these, a brand new truck. So recently I bought a new truck. As a lot of you know, I've had some videos out. Today's video is about what people said in the comments about the truck and my buying decision and what I did. And I'm not going to go into the brand thing. I'm not going to do the Ford, Chevy, Ram thing. Don't care about that. If it works for you, I'm happy for you. I don't care. I am not I got this brand. It's the only brand in the world. Brand! I'm not that guy. I don't care. Get what works. If you like it, great. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up is that there were guys telling me, because I did the video showing that really old truck that was by the side of the road. It was probably a 1980s, 70s, I don't know. It was just a square body truck, Chevy, that was there. We kind of did a little spoof on the truck when we went and bought this truck. And some guys were saying, well, that's exactly what I'm looking for because I want something I can fix up. It's like, I am not that guy. And they were all saying, you should have bought that one. It's like, I am not that guy. I am not a fixer-upper kind of guy. I am a guy that earns money to buy the things I want to get. And then other people made me comments like, well, not everybody can just go buy a new truck. Yes, they can. If you think you can or you think you can't, you are correct. All you gotta do is want to bad enough. That's all it is. Now, there was a time in my life when I couldn't have bought this, long ago. But I got in my mind long ago, how can I get a new truck? How can I buy the stuff that I buy for myself? Well, work harder, work smarter, get another job, get another source of income, find other ways to make money. Don't just sit there and be mad at other people because they have stuff. If you want something, go get it. Go after it. Get off your butt and do it. That's what I did. And a lot of people are saying, well, no, how many cords of wood are you going to have to deliver to pay for this truck? This truck's paid for because I saved my money because I knew this day was coming. The truck I had before was a Toyota Tundra. I had it for 10 years, 273,000 miles. I paid it off within a year or two, year and a half, something like that. It was paid for. And the way I did it was I sold firewood. Now my main business, my main thing that I've done for the last 42 years, I've been a professional photographer. 100% that was my income for a long time, decades. It was my only source of income. So what I did, I got to a time in my life where I thought, you know, I'd like to buy some nicer things, some newer things. And I thought, well, what can I do to make extra money? Number one, get a job besides my job. And all of you can do that. You can get more than one job. If you get a job working your 40 hours a week and you put your 40 hours in and you go home and you think, my gosh, I worked my 40 hours. Now it's me time. Well, you're never going to do much more than those 40 hours. And when you're at work, are you really working those 40 hours is what I want to know. Most people work about 20 hours and they're at work for 40 hours. And I know a lot of you work even less than that. I've talked to guys that brag about it. And when I'm at work, I'm working all the time because I know that's what it takes. I did a video on this not long ago about the work ethic. Get it in your mind that it's not going to be easy. It's going to be hard and you're going to have to do more than the other guy. That's how you get one of these. A lot of people in the comments would say to me about this, well, not everybody can just go out and buy a new truck. I could never buy one of those. And like I said, if you think you can or you think you can't, you are correct. Decide. Decide to do it. Decide that you can. Decide that you want it bad enough that you're going to do what it takes to get it. Whether it's this, whether it's a new house, whether it's a tractor, whatever it is you want. Decide. I have guys that have told me, oh, I could never buy a dump trailer. Yes, you can. Maybe you can't get it today. Maybe you'd have to borrow money to do it today. You could do it if you're willing to do that. And then paying the bank extra money for what you bought, but I don't recommend that. I'm kind of a Dave Ramsey fan. I believe in having cash to buy stuff because why would you give the bank money for something that you're paying for from the work you do and then you pay them more money? I never understood that. I never liked it. I hate being in debt. Hate. When we bought our house back in 1989, it was $89,000. It's just a 3-bedroom ranch, nothing special. We paid it off very fast because I knew that if I paid it off fast, I'd have money to do other things. So we paid it off. And then what I did is we wanted to start our business by building a building, buying land and building a building. So we refinanced our house for like $150,000, whatever it was. It was already paid off. And this was 25 years ago, I had it paid for. We refinanced it to take that money then and buy land, because the land was $141,000, I remember. We bought almost 4 acres. And then we built our studio, which cost us $400,000. And I did borrow that money. I didn't have that just laying there. But I knew that's what it was going to take. And then we paid all the land off. We paid our horse. We paid our second mortgage off within a matter of 4 or 5 years. Paid it off again. Because I decided that's what I was going to do. So if you want something good, something big, something better, and you can't do it right now, you don't have the money, you don't have the jingle jangle in your pocket, start filling your pockets. Don't go buy coffee every morning. Don't go to the bar. Stop smoking cigarettes. Stop watching TV. Get a second job. Get off your lazy butt and get it done. Maybe you're not so lazy. Most people who do firewood are not lazy. But I'm just saying, for instance, if you want it, you can do it. You can get it. And another thing a lot of the guys mention on the channel is like, oh, you should buy a fixer-upper and use it just for hauling wood. I don't want a fixer-upper. I want a new truck. I am not a mechanic. I don't want to be a mechanic. I don't want to pretend to be a mechanic. I don't want to learn to be a mechanic. You only have so much time in your life to do the things you want to do. I love doing firewood. The more of that I can do, the better. Love it. Next to that, I would say probably even above that, I love hunting. I want to do that as much as possible. And in order for me to finance my hunting trips, I have to have extra money, because I'm not taking it from the family money to go on trips that aren't cheap, because I go out of state. Going to Alaska this year, going to Wyoming, going to North Dakota, probably going to Nebraska. I go on several trips a year, and it takes money to do that. And I decided that I wanted to do more of that, so I worked harder. I found a way to make more money. Started YouTube 5 years ago. That's a whole nother source of money coming in. It's a whole nother income. But I work at it every day, 4, 5, 6, sometimes 7, 8 hours. Yesterday, it was a crappy day outside. I worked on YouTube for 12 hours straight. I edited a bunch of videos, made a bunch of thumbnails, wrote a bunch of scripts, came up with this video idea, wrote down what I wanted to talk about, because I read through the comments. That's where I get ideas from you guys, what I should do. Today I thought I'll talk about the truck. And I want to do it while it's fresh in my mind and tell you guys, you can all do this. And everybody has a talent. It doesn't matter who you are. Everybody has a skill. Everybody has something to offer. Find out what your special purpose is and do it. Find a way to make more money. Start small, build it up. You don't have to go to school and get a master's degree in whatever it is, rocket surgery. You don't have to do that. You can find a way to make money on the side and just gradually build it up and reinvest, and stop spending money on stupid stuff. Truck is kind of a stupid stuff, but this truck will earn me a lot of money. Now, that's the other reason I brought this up. Some guy said to me, he says, yeah, you're going to have to sell wood for 10 years to pay for that truck. No, I've been selling wood for 15 years. The truck's taken care of. Tractor's taken care of. Trailer's taken care of. I pay off my stuff right away. I do not want to borrow money. I don't like borrowing money. And if you want to do that, you can do it too. But you got to start small, start building and growing, and find a way to make money on the side, whatever that is for you. And if you got to find 3 different things, find 3 different things. Maybe you can do firewood. Maybe you can do a lawn care business. Maybe you can do stump removal. Maybe you can do tree service. Maybe you can do trimming of trees for people, trimming of bushes. I'm thinking stuff that's related to kind of what we do and why you're here. Find things you can do. People will pay you for your labor. People will pay you. I know of a kid, I photographed this kid probably 10 years ago now. I remember talking to him. And I said, well, what do you do for fun besides, because he was a football player, besides playing football, what else do you do? He says, well, I got a lawn care business. I said, oh, you got a lawnmower and do neighbors? He says, well, yeah, that's kind of how it started. He said, I did my neighbors, and then I got their neighbors, and then I got their relatives. Then I bought a trailer, then I bought a truck. And he said, now I have, and this was a high school senior. I did senior portraits. He said, now I've got 12 of my friends working for me. 12. And he said, we keep getting new business. He said, we can't keep up. He said, I have 12 friends working for me, mowing lawns. He said, now all I do is I get more work. And I make the customer contacts, set it up, do the scheduling, buy the equipment. This is a kid who was 17 years old. He did it, anybody can do it. You don't have to be special. You don't have to be talented. All you got to do is decide to do it. So when people were telling me about, oh, I should buy a fixer-upper, I don't want to spend the time, I see it as wasting time, working on fixing something. I'll hire a guy for that. Like I say many times, I don't do my own dentistry. I hire a guy for these. I also hire mechanics. If something goes wrong, I take it in. I don't want to be in my garage for half a day trying to figure something out. I take it in. I don't enjoy it, so I don't do it. I find a different way to make money. And that's what a lot of people have a hard time with in the firewood business especially, or producing firewood. They think they have to do everything either manually, or they have to fix everything themselves. They have to buy a project splitter or build their own splitter. I wouldn't even think about that. Why? There's companies that specialize in that. Get a good one. It's a smart move to buy equipment that's going to make you money if that's what you want to do. If you're spending all your time working on stuff, that's fine if it's your hobby, if you enjoy it, if you have all the tools, you got lots of time, you like to tinker. If you're that guy, great, great. But if you want to be someone that's going to go farther and do more, hire people to do the things that you don't have time, skill, or knowledge for, and then focus on what you're good at. I don't know if this helped or hurt anybody. I just thought I'd talk about the truck because it's been one of those things that I did that has gotten a lot of comments, a lot of questions, a lot of people telling me that what I call it is the you shoulders. You should buy an old truck and fix it up for this. You should do that. You should buy it. Oh, the other one I got a lot of it. Oh, you should keep the Tundra. Why would I keep the Tundra? There's no reason to. One truck is all I need. This truck, my truck, every truck I've ever had, and I've had Chevys, I've had Fords, I had a Honda, which I know a lot of guys don't call that a truck originally. It was actually a pretty nice truck. It did everything I needed to do till I needed to haul more. And they said, oh, you need to buy this vehicle, or the bigger and the better and the faster, and you need to get a dump truck. And I said, well, maybe for you it works, but not me. I don't want another vehicle payment. I don't want another insurance payment. I don't want additional maintenance and upkeep on a dump truck, because unless you go buy a brand new one, you're going to have that. And if you do buy a brand new one, everything's going to cost more. This does everything I needed to do. I have dump trailers I can pull with this truck. This truck is also used in my photography business. When I have to haul props, I have to go places and haul equipment, I use it. I use it on my trips when I go on vacation, when I go on my hunting trips or fishing trips or family vacations. I use it for more than just the one thing. And I'm not buying a dump truck. I got this. Another thing about this truck is not a pavement princess. It is not a show pony. It is not a grocery getter. I will work this truck. This truck will earn me money. And that's something a lot of people don't understand. When you have a business and you need your vehicle, basically this is the spine of my business. Without this, everything stops. I use this for going and getting wood. I use it for delivering wood. I use it for moving stuff around. I use it for hauling stuff. I use it for running errands. I use this truck for everything, and it will earn its keep. My Tundra that I had that I've mentioned, 10 years. I paid $33,000 for it, and I'm going to give you a little math. And I answered this in the comments too. A guy says, oh, that's a lot of money to spend for some firewood. Yeah, if you look at it that way, I guess it is. But he didn't see the big picture. And I want you guys to know this. Here's the math. My Toyota Tundra, $33,000 10 years ago. So it cost me $3,300 a year to drive. From the cost, of course, there was maintenance, there was fuel, there was insurance and all that. That $33,000 I paid, that truck delivered around 200 full cords of firewood every year at $360 a full cord. That's $72,000 a year times 10 years. That's how I can justify a new truck. Does that make sense? Did you calculate that out? That's close to $750,000 of firewood. Now, of course, I had costs in there because I buy a lot of the logs. I have equipment, but I have the cash flow. I have a way to do it. And it didn't take anything out of my other business or my other income. Not a penny. This business has paid for itself as I built it up. So if you get a good, reliable, dependable, trustworthy vehicle, which hopefully this will be, and if it's not, I'll get rid of it. A lot of guys ask me, oh, you'll never get that kind of service out of this truck as you did the Toyota. Probably not. That was like a once-in-a-lifetime truck. I put on my Tundra, I put on struts, a battery, tires 5-6 times, and brakes twice. That's it. That's not normal. That truck has been excellent. It owes me nothing. And hopefully this one can do even half of that. Would be awesome. But if this doesn't perform the way I want it to, I'll sell it and buy a different one. They're for sale everywhere. They make them every day. This isn't a once-in-a-lifetime event. And that's one of the other things a guy mentioned in the comments. Oh, that truck will last you the rest of your life. I sure as heck hope not. I don't want it to last that long. I'm 63. I'm going to live till I'm 93 or 103 somewhere. And I got 30 more years, hopefully. Unless I get hit by a bus or something today. I hope to be here a long time because I do firewood and get exercise and I eat right, I exercise a lot. I kind of live pretty well, I think. I've got great genes. All my grandparents lived into their late 80s, early 90s, mid 90s. This will not be my last truck. If it lasts me 5 years and I decide that I want something better, that's what I'll do. If it lasts 3 years, if something comes out, if Toyota comes out with a 3/4 ton with a 3/4 ton or a 1 ton, if it's got a V8 and they make something that's really nice that I want, maybe I'll sell it and get that. This isn't a lifetime contract. This isn't a forever thing. If, say, Ram comes out with the next best, most awesome truck in the world ever next year, if they, like they're talking about, where they can get them deleted, where the mileage is going to be in the 20s and you're going to have the power and they have the reliability and they have all the stuff that I want, I'll sell this and maybe I'll get one of those. Because I'm willing to do what it takes to get the things that I want to do what I want to do. I might be weird that way, but I'm not on a fixed income. There's no such thing as a fixed income, in my opinion. Anybody can get another job doing something. I don't care, like I said, I have a friend who's a paraplegic. He has partial use of one arm, but he used his mind, and he's a millionaire tens of times over. And he's been that way since college. He did it. Anybody can do it. Use what you've got. Get out there, get after it. Get off your lazy, stinky, soft pudding-like butt and work. Find a way. Find a way. That's all I got for today, folks. Just a little truck rant for you today. I'll see you tomorrow morning, 5:30 a.m. I'll be here. I'll be waiting for you to show up. You better show up. Good night, Irene.